नमस्कार, स्वागत छ यहाँहरुलाई युथ टिभी शो मेकिङ नेपाल प्राउड ग्लोबली को नयाँ एपिसोडमा। लागौं आजको कार्यक्रमतर्फ।
Good morning. Thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity to be here today and speak to all of you, the youth of Nepal. My name is Quentin Lide, and I am the Chief Operating Officer with the American Council of Young Political Leaders. We are an NGO, a non-governmental organization that is based in Washington, D.C. We were established about 44 years ago by a group of young American politicians, and many of whom now are retired politicians in America. The reason why it was established was to provide an opportunity for the emerging political leadership in America and around the world with exchange opportunities. We are designed and operate to explore the political situations around the world. And we want to focus on young leadership because as the young leaders grow up and move into higher positions of government, that they have this, it's very important that they have an international perspective. The idea behind these exchanges, again, is to focus on young leaders. And the way we do that is by providing exchange opportunities. So delegations of young leaders from the United States will travel abroad, and this year we'll be working with about 26 or 27 nations around the world. We also have opportunities for young leaders to visit the United States. And it's very important that people from around the world come to the United States. There's perhaps a lot of misconception about American politics, and particularly about our international policies. So we think it's very important that people who are in decision-making positions learn about what's going on around the world. Many of our delegates, the American delegates that travel overseas, have never been abroad before. And I know everybody here today is probably under the age of our requirements, which is 25 to 40. But I know many of you, and I hope many of you here, will be involved in politics, and perhaps someday we'll see you on one of our programs. The age requirement, 25 to 40, and participants must be involved in politics somehow in their home country and in the United States. So that means being an elected official in different levels of our government, at the state and local levels. And in addition, participants can be involved in their political parties or be involved in the executive branch, in the bureaucracy, and or involved on the NGO side of things in civil society. It's very important in our programs that we have a broad range of participants and political experiences because in many ways it's a great opportunity for the participants to learn about each other within the delegation while they are experiencing the politics and culture of the country that they visit. This year, as I mentioned, we'll be exchanging with about 25 or 26 countries, including Nepal. And over the existence, the 44 years that we have been operating, we have exchanged with some 100 nations. All have come through this program early in their career, and we hope and know that this experience was very instrumental in giving them a world view about politics. Our interest in Nepal is new. We started doing an exchange with Nepal last year when we hosted a delegation of constituent assembly members and others to learn about American politics. And we partnered with Today's Youth Asia on that program. And they have been very supportive of ACYPL and are hosting our delegation here in Nepal during this week. And we're very appreciative of Today's Youth Asia and to all of you here today for being a part of our experience.
Can you please share your experiences over these 9 years?
Sure. These past 9 years have been very interesting for me personally, as well as for my organization. I started working with the American Council of Young Political Leaders in early 2001. And as you will all recall, later that year, in September of 2001, the United States was attacked. And it created some very obvious concerns for the United States and really shifted many of our focus and viewpoints about doing these kinds of exchanges. In many respects, for us, it made our work that much more important. Again, our focus and reason why we do these exchanges is to provide opportunities for Americans and our visitors from overseas to learn about what is going on in each country. We feel that these exchanges really give a very important opportunity now, since 9/11, for our international visitors to come to the United States to really understand the American people, to understand how our foreign policy is developed and implemented, and to really break down barriers of misunderstanding. And in addition, it's very, as I mentioned before, it's very important for our American leaders to travel and learn about what people are thinking around the world about the United States. And it's hard. And it's very shocking, I think, for Americans to hear what people may be thinking about our government. But the bright side of this is that, in my experience traveling around the world in the last 9 years, is that there is a distinction between the mistrust and anger at the United States, and it's focused on the American government and our foreign policy. It's not focused on the American people. And everywhere I've traveled in these last 8 or 9 years, we have been graciously hosted by many countries and received extreme warm wishes and welcome from our hosts and the people that we meet with. So there's a very clear distinction between the anger and, again, mistrust about our foreign policy and the American people. So in many ways, that's reassuring to me. And I've been very fortunate to travel all over the world with this program, and including coming here to Nepal. This is my first time in this part of the world, and I can say without reservation that the welcome that we have received here has been overwhelming, and I am very appreciative of all the interactions and expressions of support that we have received these last 9 days.